Making Moves Monday on a Monday night. And before I get into my topic, here's a scripture for you. Do not boast about tomorrow, for you do not know what a day may bring. Let another man praise you, not your own mouth. A stranger, not your own lips. A stone is heavy and sand is weighty, but a fool's wrath is heavier than both of them. Wrath is cruel and anger a torrent, but who is able to stand before jealousy? Open rebuke is better than love carefully concealed. And my topic on tonight, that is Proverbs chapter 27, verses 1 to 5. And my topic on tonight is how a W-2 worker and a owner of a business can get some breaks in tax season. Okay, so one of the things you should honestly know is what is an actual tax refund. A lot of people get this confused and say, hey, I'm getting money from my taxes, and when they get their tax refund. And yes, that's correct, you are getting money, but the money that you are usually getting is money that you're getting back from overpaying your taxes. So let's say you get your money back from your taxes. This is what they actually owe you because you actually overpaid in your taxes. So this is why getting a tax refund for some people, they don't really consider that to actually be a big thing. Now, you may also get some tax refunds based on you basically having kids. So in that sense, that is an actual good thing. But people who actually work a job and own a business as well, this is why they like to actually do other things as far as getting their job to be tax exempt. So when you get your job and you say, hey, I want to be tax exempt, this means that you do not have to actually pay your taxes while the year is actually going on. So all the taxes that they will be taking out from your actual checks, you will actually get that money. Now, by you having that money, this gives you the opportunity to actually spend and pay for other things that you want to get off or pay off. So this helps you to do these things much easier. But on the back end, what happens is you then eventually owe taxes because you haven't paid any taxes. So since you're working a job and you haven't paid any taxes, you now owe the IRS. So then this is where they will be looking for you to say, hey, you need to basically go ahead and start paying us these taxes that you actually owe. And so what a person who owns a business can actually do is they can start getting tax deductions. And by getting these tax deductions, you can save yourself from paying the taxes that you would actually owe for you going tax exempt. So a good benefit of going tax exempt is if you have a business, then you can basically write off or get deductions on the taxes that you actually owe. So that means that if you use your vehicle for business and for work, then you can basically write off a portion of your taxes that you owe for basically using your car and then doing other things too. So this is why it's a benefit for you to have a business and actually work a job, because then you can actually not have to pay taxes and then use your business to get you deductions so that when the end of the year comes around and it's tax season, you don't have to actually pay any taxes, or you will owe a very low amount. Now, it's also important that you do save on the side in case you get to start doing your taxes and you realize that, you know what, my deductions don't take away as much of the taxes that I actually owe. So if you find yourself in that situation, this is where a lot of people who own a business will be looking for other ways to deduct from their taxes. And there's definitely a lot of different ways and things that you can do to actually deduct from your actual taxes. But like I said, the benefit of having a business and working a job is that you can go exempt. Now, you can go exempt also too if you are not a business owner. The only problem with that is that you're going to have to save money on the side, because when it comes to doing your taxes, you're going to end up owing because you didn't actually pay anything. So if you don't have that money saved up, then they're going to say, hey, you know what, we're going to need that money back that you didn't pay throughout the whole year. So this is why I say it's better for you to actually have a business so that you can use that business for tax deductions. Okay, so in terms of going exempt, you do have the option not to actually do that as well and pay your taxes like you normally would pay your taxes from your job and let them actually take out what they're taking out. This may be helpful for those of you who aren't able to maybe keep track of the stuff that you actually spend on your business. So you don't want to possibly go exempt because you may look at the end of the year or when it's tax season and say, oh, you know what, I actually didn't have a whole lot of deductions that I can actually take. So now I still, I owe the IRS. So to avoid that, if you're a person that possibly can't keep track of these things or you're not good at actually doing so, then you can pay your regular taxes, get the refund that they're scheduled to actually give you possibly, and then you can actually make that refund even higher by the deductions that you actually do take from your actual business. So then this way you've paid your taxes up front through your job, and then based on however much money you made through your business, you can pay those taxes as well or save some money to the side. Or even if you do owe some money from not paying anything on your business, the refund that you were supposed to get from your job will help to lower what you may owe based on the money you actually made in your business. So this thing can vary definitely by the situation that you're actually in. So you should speak to someone that can possibly help you out with this and give you guidance on it if you are looking to do so, so that you don't get caught up with not knowing if you have to pay taxes or if you owe or what you have to actually do at the end of the year. Now, another thing as far as working a job and owning your own business, you shouldn't look to own your own business only so you can get tax deductions or write-offs. You should look to actually start a business so that you can actually get paid, make money off of it, and hopefully quit your job in the actual future. It's been widespread knowledge that most businesses don't actually break even until their 5th year and maybe even longer after that. So it's important that you don't try to do this only so that you can get deductions and actual tax write-offs. So look at it as, hey, I'm doing my business to actually make money, and until I actually break even and start making more money than I'm losing, then I'm going to keep on going at this, and I'm going to eventually get there. Now, another thing in terms of doing your own business, this losing money or whatnot, it's one of those things where you look bad on paper, but it actually helps you out because the losses are stuff, meaning the stuff that you pay for and you don't really get a good return, or even if you don't make any money in the year that you actually start your business, your losses can be deductions that you can actually take through taxes. So even when you're losing, when you're owning a business, you're still actually winning if you do it the correct way and you use those losses as deductions on your taxes. So this is why people always promote and let you know that, hey, working a business and or owning a business is the way to go, because even when you lose and let's say you have a down year, a lot of stuff goes bad, let's say that you are making good money but things go bad, you can always write stuff off. So that's why it's write stuff off and get deductions. So this is why it's always good to have a business. Okay, so lastly, in terms of stuff that you can get deductions on, it's a long list of stuff, and this is why a lot of businesses will pay a lot of people to actually run and do their tax department, because there's so many different tax deductions that you can actually get, and there's so many different loopholes. This thing just goes on and on. So this is why people who do taxes and work on taxes for companies, they will are definitely valuable, because they help you to see all the different ways that you can actually get your money back. And this is why too, a lot of people sometimes they'll say, oh, somebody's maybe making more money than me, making more sales than me, and things like that, but I'm still getting more money back at the end of the year when tax season comes around, because all of the deductions that I'm able to take through my actual business. So this is how people who are struggling maybe in their business are able to still actually do good, because they get these deductions. Now, some of the deductions that you can actually use, you can use like if you're doing your business through social media or something like that. And oftentimes they talk about how you can boost up your following, and you have to pay a certain amount so that they'll boost up your views. If you do that, then you can actually use this as a deduction, because it's helping out your business. This is something that you're doing to make business. Then also too, with your car, if you're using your car to do your business, let's just say you put your a sign on your car, or you see people who have like their business written on their car. So this is advertisement for your business to help people to actually know your business. So by you having your car, you can actually use this and say, hey, well, my car is useful for my business because it's advertisement for me. And all you're doing is putting a sign on there that says, hey, this is my business, this is my website. Then speaking of websites, if you were to start a website or whatnot, then this is something that you may have to pay for. So therefore, you can use this as a deduction on your taxes, because you're using this to actually promote and advertise your business, or it's a place that people can go to and find your business to actually do business with you. Then let's say doing an online business. If you're doing an online business, you can also use this for your home, or even if you don't have a home and you're renting, you can use this because you have to actually pay rent, or you have to pay the mortgage. And so therefore, if you have a home office, then this means that paying your rent and everything helps you to actually have the home office that you have. If you don't pay the rent or you don't pay your mortgage, then you don't have the home office. And then you can make a deduction off of that home office and how much space you actually use in it. Then also you can get a computer for that office. You can get chairs and other things for that home office. And this means you can deduct those things. Then also too, your cell phone. You use your cell phone to call people. This is something that you can actually deduct, because this is something that you use for your actual business. So this means you could deduct portions of your cell phone because you use it for your business. Then that goes for your electricity. You got to use your electricity so that you can actually see. You have to use your Wi-Fi. So this is something that you actually need, so then you can actually lower, or not lower, but you can get a deduction off of your bill that you actually pay, because guess what? You need Wi-Fi so that you can get on a computer so that you can actually do your business. So another thing that you can also do, let's say you rent out a building, you're paying rent to a building so that you can do whatever you want to do, make your own little mom and pop store or something like that. You can use that and the money you pay on rent for that building as a deduction. So this means that that money that you're paying to that, you can actually get that back. Then also too, let's say if you have a lot of stuff and you don't have anywhere to actually store it, so you put it in a storage, you can get money back, and a deduction, I should say, off of that, because it's somewhere that you actually have to store your stuff. Then even too on inventory, you bought a whole lot of stuff, but you weren't able to actually sell all those things, then you can get deductions as well off of inventory. So there's many ways that you can actually get deductions off of the things that you do day to day. And this is why so many people will tell you that it's better to be a business owner than to be a worker for somebody. But you can also do both at the same time, because the real scary thing for most people is that if they do their business, then what about their regular job? They actually need money, and the business may not make a whole lot of money. And so this is why it's good to do a business and work a regular job, because you can do both and you can actually get these deductions to help you out, so that the stuff that you regularly pay for, you can actually get that stuff back as far as some of your money by the deductions that you're able to take through your business. Now, I will warn you as well, because you can definitely use the vacations that you go on. If you do business stuff, then you can say, hey, I have to, that was for a business reason. Now you can actually enjoy that vacation afterwards, after you've handled your actual business. But, that's another long story. But anywho, wrapping this thing up, this is why it's actually good to actually have a business and work a regular job. Because of the things that you commonly usually do, you can get deductions for these things. And it's good to know that don't just go out and blow a whole lot of money and just say, hey, I'm going to get a deduction on this later. Because like I said, you have to look at your stuff to make sure you're not going to get all your money back and things like that. And they're going to break it down by percentage, and then there's going to be a standard rate, and then depending on if you go over that standard rate, then you can use all of the however much you spent as deductions. Or they may just say, hey, you know what, you didn't go over the standard rate, so we're just going to give you the standard rate. So I would say with doing all these things, you still have to pay for it until tax season actually comes around. And then this is where you will get some of that deductions and hopefully some money back. Or if not, you'll just be able to break even where you don't have to pay the IRS anything. But this has been another Making Moves Monday. And as always, you're one move away from changing your whole life.